Client Spotlight. I'm Gina VanderLoop, CEO and founder of ROI Solutions, and today we are joined by Alan Gordon. Alan is the Senior Director of Data Analytics and Operations at the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Welcome, Alan. Alan, would you tell us a little bit about yourself? I understand this isn't your first rodeo in terms of implementations and conversions, so I think the folks would love to hear your story.
Absolutely. It's been quite a journey throughout my career. I've got 17 implementations under my belt. And throughout my entire career, I will say this is one of the best I have worked on. The process from beginning to end has been one that has been a joy because of both the passion from the team at ROI and the passion of the trust really naturally aligning together to build a strong system.
Would you mind taking a few minutes and telling folks about the National Trust for Historic Preservation and your mission?
Sure. The National Trust for Historic Preservation is leading the movement to save the places where history happened. For over 70 years, we have been dedicated to telling the full American story, to saving America's historic sites, building stronger communities, and investing in preservation's future.
It's great to see a smile on your face, and congratulations for making it through the process. Just a couple of quick questions for you, if you don't mind. What challenges would you say you faced in the legacy system that you were coming from?
Sure. There are three challenges that really stand out. The first one being that we customized our software to a point that it was unusable from the day we went live. Second, we had a query tool that really didn't empower our front-end users to extract the data they needed. And third, we had an absent reporting suite that made it impossible to understand where we were against our KPIs.
How did you find the project management of the implementation process?
As a Scrum Master and a PMP certified person, I found the process very, very easy and one that was extremely agile, which is really important in these types of implementations because there are so many moving parts. The Scrum board that I was able to work with that was configured by the ROI team really gave me an overall picture of where we were day to day, what we needed to accomplish. It streamlined communications between our team and ROI and really helped us to keep the project on time and moving forward.
I like the fact that you're still smiling through this process.
I am 11 months later, and I am still very happy. It's a dream implementation.
Well, that's great to hear. How did ROI Solutions work with you to determine and program the business rules for your instance of Revolution Online?
We started off developing specs, and there were a lot of discovery sessions where we got to understand the baseline tools in ROI, how the system functions, how the terminology in ROI, how it overlays with what we were currently doing, and how we can start to really make some of these business improvements. We started off learning about a series of sweeps that the system does, which is a host of really strong automation tools that keep your data hygiene up to the best standards for an organization. We also looked at how we can integrate other vendors and other import processes and eliminating superfluous systems that really didn't have a place at the table, streamlining the processes. During the business spec development, we were able to really look at a comprehensive picture and say, we don't need about half of what we're doing. We can utilize what's in the baseline, and we can start to really galvanize the system to utilize the power that ROI offers. The business spec development from then on was a very simple process. It was merely dictating the rules that govern our membership program, our high touch program, and really finding the middle ground with the ROI team and developing the rules that would work for our business unit.
So you're minutes away from going live. What would you say if you were to poll your team? What do you think they're most looking forward to in the new system that they weren't able to do in the legacy system?
I think the reporting and the querying are two of the biggest tools, and the dashboards as well, the visual dashboards. Being able to be empowered to go into the system, without having to have extensive SQL knowledge or a highly technical background. The teams are really excited from day one to get in and to start using the filters and the tools to extract the data they need, and really in a real-time fashion. That's one of the biggest challenges that we had in the past. Was there was always a time lag between when the data team could get the data out of the system, make it look presentable. And ROI, one of the greatest things is that we're able to pull this data very easily, and the filters are very simple to use, and the team can use these tools in many areas of the database to extract donation information, biographical information, build event lists, things that we just didn't think were possible. So we're enabling everybody with these tools and really empowering them to get into the system.
If you were to say to that future ROI client, what would your advice to them be, or one thing that you would do differently, or one thing you would make sure you absolutely do again, what would your advice be to them?
I would say to make sure that you have a really strong implementation core team, because that core team is really your day-to-day people who are working closely with the people at ROI. Finding the subject matter experts at your organization that can really speak to the business rules and understand the different needs of the organization. Being able to think not just in the present moment, but a year out, 2 years out, thinking about things that you're going to need in the future. Secondly, I would also say having a really strong executive support team. We had a really strong steering committee that really helped us clear obstacles if somebody was having a challenge with managing time, and really helping them to understand their priorities with the implementation. Those things for us were non-negotiable. From my standpoint, I made it very obvious to the executive team that was a non-negotiable, that we needed that strong leadership, and they provided that to us, which made this a very successful implementation.
Alan, thank you. I truly, the team through this process has spoken very highly of you and everyone on your team. I know you guys went through a lot of business rules and uncovering certain things, and thank you. This has been a good journey for us as well. So welcome aboard, congratulations, and we look forward to many, many years of working together. You and your team are a light.
Next week, when the day we're announcing the go live next Wednesday, it's our all staff meeting, and so I'll be introducing the system live, and so we'll have about 300 people. I think about 275 to 300 people on the call. Not everybody will be in the system. We'll have about 100 users, but it'll be a really good moment, and they want to take it as a celebratory moment. And so Roy's going to be featured through the staff meeting, and everybody will be raising a glass and toasting to the launch.
That's wonderful. Wonderful to hear. I wish I could be there in person.
Me too.
There in spirit, of course. So thank you again. I appreciate everything that you do and the work that you guys do.
Thank you. This has been such a wonderful process. Your team has really truly helped us through some of the most difficult decisions. Change management is not easy. The team at ROI really helped us to get through those difficult conversations, challenging people, thinking, why do we need to do it differently? We need to do it differently because there's a better way to do it. And they really helped us to understand the why behind it, which I thought was very important.